So today we will be learning some of the OOPS concepts that are present in Java. So like we have discussed in previous classes, what are the OOPS concepts that are present inside Java? So many of you also have responded to four main concepts that are present inside OOPS are. Who is going to tell me? Harshit, you tell. What are the four main OOPS concepts? Harshit, Rishiva.
Yeah, ma'am, sure. Four groups concept. First is polymorphism, second abstraction, third inheritance, and the last one is
Encapsulation.
yeah, encapsulation.
Abstraction.
So let's proceed with our code. We will learn about each of these four concepts and that as we proceed with our. So I'll be doing my coding in the IntelliJ area. So here I have created my Java file whose name is library management system. So how many of you have coded in Java for earlier? Harish? And who else? Alright, so Harish Kumar, can you tell me what class you require in order to take some kind of input from the user?
Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, your
What?
voice is breaking. We can't hear you properly, ma'am.
Am I audible properly now?
Ma'am, little bit.
Just a
Voice is lagging, ma'am. We can't fully understand the question you are asking.
Am I audible properly? That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, ma'am.
audible.
So my question to you people this time is not to you people, to Harish Vishwakarma. That is, what class do we import in order to Harish is it?
Voice again not clear, ma'am.
Can you repeat again? Am I audible this time properly?
No, ma'am.
I think there is a network fluctuation, so your ID is not clearly. It's break continuously.
So are there any issues with the screen? You being able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am. We are able to see the screen.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. And what about my voice?
Yeah, now it's clear, ma'am.
All right. So as I have asked to Harish, yeah, Harish, what class do we use in order to take the user input? Prashant Pawar. Yes, Prashant, you can tell the answer.
Scanner class, ma'am.
Yeah, we use the scanner class in order to take the input from the user. So for that, what we have to write is we also use array list. And now you'll ask me, ma'am, what is the array list? So array list is a component of the collection framework that is present inside Java. And I'll tell you further why do we require this array list. The array list using Java dot util dot array list. And then I'll import my scanner class.
Ma'am, this class is for
Java.
Java students.
Some of you asked that when will the Java development begin? So before beginning the Java development, I will teach you people some of the OOPS concepts of Java. And then we will start our Java development using the Spring Boot and VS Code. That's canon. So now I have imported a couple of classes, that is array list as well as the scanner. And then first what I will do, I will write the code for encapsulation. So what do you mean by encapsulation? Anyone?
Binding of the data together.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Binding the data together.
Yeah. So we will bind the complete code within a single component. I'll declare a book class which will have private fields. So how many of you do have idea about the public, private, and protected access specifiers?
Ma'am, it was basically scope of the variable where we have to allow on their particular area.
Okay. So can anyone tell me if I define something as private, so which one has the access to that private variable
Only
of the
in the
class?
class.
Only into the column.
Okay. And what about the protected?
Within the class and outside the package of the subclasses.
Okay. Here I will declare class that is book. Inside this book class, I'll declare a couple of private variables. That's private string. String is the data type. Title. And another property of the book can be its author, isn't it? So I will also declare the variable author. Now I will start these variables or initialize these variables and tell me what do we need in order to initialize the variables. Oh, and it's very easy for those who have worked with Java.
Setups and getters, setups method.
Yeah, we can use those methods, but I don't want to use any kind of method. Rather, I want something to initialize the variable. And that should,
To use this function,
this is the very big hint that I
Constructor.
Yeah, Cynthia, you're right. I have to mention the constructor. And always remember that the constructor within the class has the same name as that of the class. Without, so here, what I will do is, I will pass a couple of parameters. String title and string author. These parameters, you can assume them as the ingredients while you are cooking a food. Say, for example, you need to cook any kind of food ingredient. So, these parameters act as ingredients that you need while cooking the food. For example, I have to assign the title this dot title, and this will be initialized as title, which is present inside our parameter. And then I will assign this dot author is equal to author. And then I'll mention in order to get the title. So I will write public string, which is the return type, and now get title. So inside the get method, one keyword that we usually use is the return keyword. So here I have written get title. So can anyone tell me what will I return over here?
Return an empty string.
No, I will return the title only. Because see, the name is get title, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
So
ma'am.
I'll be returning the title only. After that, I'll be mentioning another getter function. So any guesses what will be the another getter function? It's visible, see?
Get author. Get author.
After that, display the book with the title name. I provide the function name as display book, which will return nothing. And tell me those functions which return nothing are of which return type?
Void.
Yeah. So we'll write public
Void.
void display book. And here I will return the details of the book. Or we can also write as so the title will be Can anybody tell me what is this operator called? The concatenation operator, isn't it?
May have to say the concatenation.
Yeah. Here I have to add another concatenation operator. The author will be okay. So what output are you thinking will provide over here? See here, this entire thing, these functions as well as the three function name, then the constructor.
Whatever the value will
You were not able, so you were not completely audible. So I cannot process your query. Can you write that in your chat box?
Ma'am, you are not sharing your screen. As such, I see.
Why not? I think my screen is visible to all.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am. Screen is visible.
Okay. So this entire thing is enclosed within a class that is the book class. So this is what we mean by encapsulation. And this is how it will print the title at first as it is, the way I have written it. And then it will provide the title that as users we are providing to the program. And then it will provide author as it is written, and then the name of the author of the book. Now moving on to the second OOPS concept, that is inheritance. Now who will provide me the definition of inheritance? Let me see.
Inheritance, we can say, is that
Acco-
is the process of inheritance from superclass to child class, parent to child.
Okay, great.
Has the information to
Acquiring
parent
the
to
properties from
like one
parent to child.
component to another component.
At first Sandhya will tell, and then Abhishek, I'll give you the chance to tell. Got it?
Okay.
Acquiring the
Sandhya, you
properties
start.
from parent to child.
Now
Acquiring the
Abhishek,
properties
you
from
tell.
parent to child.
Abhishek, do you want to speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
To pass the value to the to subclass to class, like parent to the child, like if value is store xy, like multi-level passing information, like
So what is
if
that keyword that we mentioned during the inheritance while we are inheriting from the child class to the from the
superclass
parent?
Extends
and
key.
subclass
Yeah.
Extends keyword.
method overridden. Sorry.
And we can say is that extends, no?
Wait a second.
Srivatsa, I didn't understand your question. Can you please repeat? Let's move further. So here I will be working for the inheritance. So what I will do over here is I will mention another class, that is fiction, which I will inherit from the book class. So for that I will write extends book, because we have fiction, we have different type of books, isn't it? So one of those books is the type of fiction. So it will acquire. And here the parent class is book and the first child class is fiction. So I will provide. Now you will tell me what I will be writing over here when I'll ask. Tell me, what am I mentioning over here? What is this one? Public fiction. Tell me. It has same name as that of the class name.
Constructor.
Constructor.
And what is the work of the constructor?
Initialize variables.
And in order to initialize the variable, what do I have to write? I have to pass the parameters, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
For that, I will write string, title, and then I'll pass string author. And here I will call one method. Does anyone have any kind of idea what method do I have to mention over here?
Super, ma'am.
Yeah, great. So inside the super method, I have to pass the parameters of the parent class in the same signature. Now, what do you mean by signature? I have to pass the parameters in the same order that I have provided in the parent class. That is, at first I have provided the title of the book, and then I have passed the author of the book. So I have to maintain the same signature whenever I am inheriting from the parent class to the child class. So this is how we perform inheritance. Now, after inheriting the properties from the parent class to the child class, I am providing, or I am working with polymorphism over here. And who can tell me what are the types of polymorphism?
Runtime polymorphism and compile time polymorphism.
Great. So can you define them?
Runtime means it is occur during the runtime of the execution time, and compile time polymorphism means it is occurred during the compile time.
So
We can say
overloading
method
and
overloading and overriding. Overriding.
okay. So overloading and overriding. Overloading falls under which kind of polymorphism?
Overloading compile time. Overriding runtime.
Okay. So over here, I'll mention another class, that is class library. So here comes the actual play of the array list. So I will define private array list. Here book, and I'll mention a variable books is equal to new array list. So this is how we declare the homo. Means what? This array list will contain same type of data. In array, what we have studied for earlier is that different type of data can be stored inside the array, isn't it? In a in a fixed size. Array only had fixed size, isn't it? We were not able to increase or decrease the size of the array, but here inside the array list, the size can be increased or decreased as well. So here what we are doing, we are creating an array list with the variable name books, and we are creating a memory for storing the name of our books. After that, I'll declare a function. So what function will it be? Public void add book. And using this function, I'm going to add my books inside the array list. So in order to add the books, I have to use the method that is books dot add book, which simply means that this books is same as this one, which means this books represents an inside which I am providing the command to add what? To add this book that I have passed as the parameter inside this add book function. Have I made my point clear to you people? Or are there any doubts with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after mentioning this function, I'll mention another function, that is public void display books. So this is the short form which we use in order to write the system.out.println. So over here, I'll write library. And here, what I do, I will initialize a for loop, or you can also say a for each loop. So what is being carried on over here? This for loop will start from book, that is book is the variable, will iterate all the books, that is our array list. This variable will iterate through our entire array list, and I have called this function, that is display book, in order to display all the books that is present inside the array list. So what we have done in encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. Now moving on to my main class. Can anyone tell me what is the requirement of the main class inside the Java program?
Maybe we can say is that the program may have start only the in the main class only.
Can you please repeat?
Like Node.js. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like Node.js. Am I audible?
Vinod, can you please switch off your mic?
It is the starting
It's
point of the
very
program.
Yeah, it is the very starting point of the program. Vinod, actually your mic is making a lot of sound, a different kind of sound. So please. So now we will declare our main class. So the name that you have provided to your file, that is library management system, should be the exact name of the class in which you are mentioning your main class, in which you will be mentioning your main method. So I'll write the class name as public class library management system. So inside this class, I will place my main method. So my main method will have three keywords. Can anyone tell me what are those three keywords?
Public static void main.
Okay, we have to write public static void main. And inside the main function, I have to pass a string.
String argument.
Yeah. Okay, now comes another question. So what do you people mean by the static keyword? Why is it written over here?
It was
Because of it is the execution point.
Just a second, I'll ask one of you and you people will answer. Okay, Tejas, you tell.
Ma'am, it indicates a variable.
No. Who else want to say the answer?
Static means it belongs to the class only.
No, Sandhya. Okay, so let me tell you why do we use this static keyword. Instead, I'll write that. Whenever we mention the static function, this means that we do not need to create
Object.
an object of that class. Am I clear? So
Yes.
previously, what we did, whenever we wanted to access the variables or the functions of a particular class, what we had to create an object of that particular class by writing this, like the class name, then the object name is equal to new, then the class name. This is how we create our object using the new keyword, isn't it? But when we declare a function as static, over there we do not have to mention any kind of objects in order to access the data of that class. And can anyone tell me what is the purpose behind writing string arg as parameter inside this main function?
Ma'am, that was basically used to indicate the argument was passing in a string.
Okay, an argument is being passed inside the string. So what kind of data type is that? Okay, let me teach you people one more thing before doing this. What I am going to do over here is I'll mention a class test. So inside this, I'll put my main method, public static void main, and I'll write strings r. Before that, I'll import my scanner class. Import java dot scanner. And in order to use the scanner class, I have to create the object scanner sc is equal to new scanner, and inside this I will write system dot in. So can anyone tell me what I have done over here?
Ma'am, basically on there we you have to import the scanner class, and then after you have to creating an object of a scanner class sc, and you have to just to need to import or a user input, then you have to use the sc class with their variable.
Okay, say for example, I'm not using this scanner class. Basically, what I have to do is see what we want to do is that we are creating this program, and during the execution of the program, we have to pass the variables over there. Say for examples, I will write int C is equal to A plus B. And what are these A plus B? Int A is equal to SC dot next int, and then same thing goes for int B. I will save it with the name class dot Java. In my documents. And what I will do, I'll go to my documents. I'll write CMD. And in order to run my that Java file, I'll write Java C test. What was the name of my file? Class.java, isn't it? So the name was test. You have to rename that. You have to save it as test.java. Class if annotation processing specifically. So I will provide you this example in the next class. So basically what I want to tell you people is that this string takes the default value as string only. Even if you pass the value as 10, it will treat it as a string instead of the integer. So for that purpose, you have to parse the value that you are providing over there. This is why that is mentioned string A, because it takes string data type as the default value and it stores inside the array. After that, what I have to do is, similarly, I have to create the object of the scanner class. Scanner SC is equal to new scanner system.in. And then I'll create the object for library class. So can anyone tell me how to create the object for library class? What I have to write at the very first? I want answers from you people. I have already created an object.
First put class and class name.
Yeah, I have to write the class name, this library, and then the object
And
name as
reference
library
wherever.
is equal to new, then library. After that, I'll initialize a while loop. And then I'll write so basically this is the menu driven program which will provide the user with these options, that is add fiction book, and then it will ask the user to add non-fiction book. So in order to add the non-fiction book, let me create another class. That will be non-fiction. Yeah, the rest of the things will be same. So I have two classes, that is fiction and non-fiction, which are inheriting from the parent class, that is book. And now I will ask the user to add a fiction book, and then I'll ask the user to add a non-fiction book. And then the third thing I'll ask the user to do is, you can execute. This nextInt method is used to take integer values from the user. So I will take the user's choice and choice that I have provided over here, like add fiction book, add non-fiction book, as well as edit. And I'll store the user's choice inside this choice variable. And I will write sc dot next line. Then I'll place a condition. If choice is equal to 3, break. Otherwise, it will provide enter book title. And I'll store the title of the book in string title variable is equal to sc dot next line. And similarly, I'll take the author of the book. and I'll place another condition. If choice equal to 1, then it will provide library dot, and now it will call the function add book. Inside that, new book will get created by this constructor having title as well as author. And then if the else if choice is 2, do the same thing with non-fiction. Else provide the user with invalid choice. After that, call the method library dot display text. Let's run the program. So if I press Y, book title will be Mahabharat. Author will be Ved Vyas. So see here the entire data of the book is showing. That is inside the library, the books are having the title Mahabharat and the author is Ved Vyas. And now I'm getting the second, getting the option to select. So this time I'll add the non-fiction book. So inside the non-fiction book, I'll write mathematics or addition mathematics. And the author of the book will be addition. See here it is showing a couple of books, that is Mahabharat and addition. And what if I press 3? It will get exit. Are people able to see the output?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how the array list works along with the oops concept. Any doubts in this code? You can check the code thoroughly. And let me share the screen, or I will select the entire code and post in the chat box. Go through the code thoroughly and tell me whether you are getting any kind of error. Can you please switch off your mic? So you'll be getting this code if you people want this code in a Word file as well. I'll share it to the team and that will be sent it to you. Just for the sake of doubt clearance, you can refer these codes and tell me whether you need to note down to this. So if people can leave the meeting if you are not having any kind of doubts.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, Prashant.
Yes, ma'am. I have the question about the Java and the web development portion.
Yeah.
So, do we have to do the both sessions for the Java and web development?
It depends upon you. If you want to learn both the Java development as well as the Mon development, you can attend both the sessions. Or if you do not want to attend any one of them, so then you can attend them as per your wish.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, one of my friend also wants to join the internship for the Java.
Just contact the support team regarding the attendance. If they are providing your attendance for both of the classes, then you have to attend both the classes.
No, ma'am. One of my friend also wants to join this internship for the Java. So can she join now?
Yeah, then you can obviously because we are not yet started with the Java development.
So what is so what is the process to the
Prashant, write your queries, the entire queries in an email and send that email to the support team of Infotact.
okay,
They'll
ma'am.
contact
I will contact supporting. Yes, thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, Nivedita.
Ma'am, what will be the task for today?
Today's task.
Yeah, ma'am. Like daily tasks, what we have to do.
So
daily.
in the MERN development, yesterday, what all things did we learn?
Actually, ma'am, I am for Java development.
You are here for Java development, right?
Yeah.
So the thing for you people to do for today is whenever we will start with the Java, we have to use the Spring Boot and all those things. So go to YouTube and search for all the required things like Spring Boot and then Spring Dashboard, all those things. Install VS Code and be clear with the entire setup of Java Spring Boot with VS Code. Install all the extensions as well as the setup.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, we are not going to develop it into IntelliJ.
No, we'll use it Visual Studio Code for the development.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
And I'm repeating again and again, whenever you are facing any kind of issues due to the MongoDB URI in the Mon development, just go to YouTube and try your very hard to get the Mongo URI. Watch videos to how to get the Mongo URI from the website.
Okay, ma'am.